hello. Welcome to Small Business Week Extravaganza, the virtual experience. We are here for our second panel talk about innovation in small businesses and adapting to the changing landscape. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I am the founder and host of this event and the founder of She Boss Talk. I am joined with our phenomenal speakers. So we have showcased, spotlighted, featured amazing speakers throughout the week. So if you have missed any of the speakers, I would encourage you to either go to YouTube where we are broadcasting and check out the Small Business Week Extravaganza playlist. Save it, bookmark it so that you can go in your free time through all of the speakers and be enlightened, be empowered, be educated. Phenomenal. And then we have some guests with us today. Catherine and Latoya, have them introduce themselves in a moment. They will be our closeout speakers tomorrow. And then also, if you missed our last panel talk on Wednesday, where we really focused on the entrepreneurship journey, we discussed our successes and our challenges and how to navigate. We had our attendees here commenting and expressing about their entrepreneurship journey. So we encourage you all to go check out that video. All of this information is free. You're getting free expertise, mentorship, coaching, free access to help you scale your business to new heights. So please take advantage of this opportunity. Feel free to comment, ask your questions. I see you all starting to tune in. So let us know who you are. Shout yourself out. Never miss an opportunity to talk about, share, and promote your business. We are celebrating small businesses in the United States and around the world all week. All week we're doing that, and we're doing it here today. So again, the focus is innovation in small business. So to get started, I'm going to let my special guests introduce themselves. Cassandra, hello. Welcome back to the second panel.
Hello. Thanks so much for the invitation, Shante. Hello, audience. My name is Cassandra Hill, CEO and founder of Holistic Living Consulting, where we facilitate the healing of Black women, focusing on their mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, and giving you the option to live your dream on your terms. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. Let me slow down. And thanks again, Shante, for this opportunity.
You're welcome. I know you're excited. I'm excited. I know everybody is excited. Crystal, hi.
Hey, everybody, to my beautiful panel companions, as well as everybody watching. I am Crystal Benford. I am actually a multi-business owner. So from the branding to the mindset side, but I'm also an advocate of mind self-care. And I think that's important because you can't do anything unless you do that. I'm also an author. I'm like most of you watching, I'm a mother and a wife. So I understand and know the balances between each. But I am so excited to be here with all these amazing people watching and on the panel. And look, I just can't wait to get started.
I love it. Let me just say this. Crystal's presentation was earlier today. You must check it out. I know we had a lot of speakers really focusing on self-care and mindset. Sometimes we don't understand that these are things that need to be prioritized. These are things that affect business owners every day, daily. So daily, we have to do mind work, mindset work. Daily. I'm talking from experience. This entrepreneurship journey is like nothing other. Nothing else. It's very tough. It's very rewarding, but it is very challenging to your emotions and your mental state. So
absolutely.
Check out her presentation on self-doubt and self-sabotage. You may be self-doubting yourself and not even know it, sabotaging yourself and your business and you not even know it. Or maybe you do know it, but you don't know what steps to take to change direction so that you are excelling in your business, so that you know and understand that you are worthy, that you are qualified.
That's right.
To be in the space that you're in any space you want to be in, you are more than worthy and qualified to do that. So we know many of us battle with these types of things. It's a battle of the mind. So
Yes,
we
it
have
is.
to war against that on a daily basis. So if that is you, I would highly recommend that you check out her presentation on YouTube or go to our Facebook page. Click on the YouTube, click on the video icon or scroll the page, and you will see those videos. Catherine Latoya, welcome.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, we're so excited.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Super excited. Again, thank you for having us here today. We're so excited. So I'm Latoya Roddy. I am one of the co-founder of Branding Lab Consultant. And we are just, we passion. We really, this is our area. We love to talk about business. And we like to kind of put that, just add it on to our mindset. Without many of us doesn't need an IQ to start a business. We need an EQ, emotional intelligence. So that's another topic that we need to connect on. That without the mindset, we will never be here. And I'm so excited. I'm a part of Branding Lab Consulting, and Catherine and I met in college at the University of Central Florida, and we became from friendship to partnership. And so we've been at this for quite a time. We were doing our separate thing. Back again, I focus on professional wellness with my other brand. And we love to say that we wanted to build a space for brand ethics and education. Many people are starting business without going to school for the next 4 years, or they go to YouTube University, but they need those essential soft skills, or they need those type of connection in order for them to operate their business effectively. And so we got together and said, let's do this. Yeah. Let's help startups. Let's help individuals who are ready to revamp their brand. Let's educate them. And so that's where we are today.
Yes. So super excited. Latoya, my business partner, that's my sister from another mister. And I'm Catherine. So I am the communications consultant of Branding Lab Consultant, and Latoya is our business coach. So we just brought together our skill set, and we have a brand before market approach, and we show individuals how to launch their business and how to be successful with their look, with their feel. So just excited to be here. Thank you.
I love it. Well, welcome everyone. So we're going to get right into this panel discussion. Again, as a reminder for those just joining, we're talking about innovation in small business and adapting to the changing landscape. Now, I wasn't going to start with this. Everybody knows that I am all about collaboration. And I heard you mention that, collaboration and partnership. So when we talk about innovation, I want to just start with that. You know, collaboration can be a powerful catalyst for innovation and growth. Let's talk about, have you formed any strategic partnerships or collaborations with other businesses or organizations to drive innovation and to create new opportunities?
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm with her. Yes.
I mean, you're speaking our language.
Yeah, no doubt.
Literally, we actually having an event in Atlanta in August called the Boss Field Makeover Conference, and we partnered with a young lady who specializes in operations, and she's a virtual assistant, and she trained virtual assistants. So it's like she's in the area, she's already in ATL, right? So we have the skills, she has the people. So let's bring our skill sets together. I love that. So we believe that. We have a slogan we often go by: collaboration over competition. So we live by that. You don't have to be at the top alone. A lot of people say it's lonely at the top. Well, you don't have to be lonely at the top. It's up to you. You decide if you choose to be lonely, but you have to be willing to trust people and to let your guard down. Now, I'm not saying you don't, of course you got to, understand and know how individuals are and take time to get to know them for the relationship to form. But it's important for us. Yeah.
And I will say, I will definitely say this: when you're starting off in business, a lot of the people that might be watching haven't started yet, or maybe they have started there at the beginning. Especially in this day and time, it is so important to collaborate, especially if you're a solopreneur, like you're the one that's building the company, is your vision, and right now you're the team. It is so important to collaborate, because not only does it get more eyes on you, but then you're also working with other business owners and other people. And when you come together, there's power in collaboration. Because I remember making that mistake myself in the very beginning. It was all me at the computer just doing this. And I was working overly hard when I didn't need to, when there's experts out there that I could have partnered with then to move things along faster. So, honey, collaboration is everything. It is everything.
I'm glad that you said that about, especially those of you that are starting out. And we talked about this on the last panel talk, is that understanding that you were not meant to do this alone. I think people have a misunderstanding when they hear a lot of people talking about I'm self-made and I did this.
Yeah.
They're self-made because it's their dream, it's their vision. They took initiative. But I can tell you this right now, no successful person did it alone. They did not get to where they have gotten and made the impact that they're making by themselves. There were people along the way. And I'm going to tell you this, just from my personal experience in business full-time for 10 years, most of my supporters have been online. They're strangers. They're not even people I already knew. They were strangers I met along the way in my journey from being online. Now, we'll talk about being online in a minute, okay? Because that's another thing. But knowing that people are out there, other people like you that are entrepreneurs, innovators, creatives, that will support you like no other. And so it's important to know that you were not meant to travel on this entrepreneurship road by yourself. And like I believe Catherine Latoya said, we have to be vulnerable and trusting.
Yes.
And I know, especially in the Black community, there's a lot of distrust. And if you cannot run a business not trusting anybody, because you're going to need help as you continue to grow, or if you want to grow, you're going to need help. And help can come in a number of different ways, but having people that you can collaborate means that you don't have to do it by yourself, meaning you get to share in the risk and you get to share in the rewards. And most times, yes, you're sharing a piece of the pie, right? So you collaborate with someone, you want to make sure that they're compensated, right? You want to make sure
that's right,
mutually beneficial. But some people are afraid to share a piece of the pie. Like my thing, and I've said this a lot of time, would you rather have 100% of zero or 50% of something?
Yeah, right.
So, and I think it was Jeff Bezos. It was a billionaire. Okay, they did collaborations. All of these billionaires do collaborations that you wouldn't think with their competitors. They collaborate. And they take a piece of the pie. But guess what their piece is? Their piece is multiple millions and billions. They're not thinking about, I have to collaborate with you and share with you, when you are giving me access to something that I did not have, that I need. I could not make this thing do what it does to the best of what I envision it without a partner.
That's
so
right.
People have value. Understand that people are assets. I think if we learn that people are assets, and get to know people, learn them, and not try to always be selling to them, but see what value they bring to the table, because they bring value. What is it? How can you all work together? That's how we break barriers, and that is how we build wealth and make a greater impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I think another thing that's really important in collaboration is showing up as your authentic self, because the people that you're supposed to collaborate, have partnerships with, they want to see the real, true you. I know this week I just got an amazing opportunity to collaborate with a brand that I was surprised when they slid in my DMs. But they're this huge brand, but they were looking for a brand that was all about self-love. And that's me. And so here they come with a following, and they sell clothes, which some I don't do. But so now the people who resonate with me, like, hey, now you have this whole, from bathing suits to everything, anything you wear, they sell. And it was just based off us having a similar focus, but different products. So just be you.
Yes,
That's good.
I want to mention something. When Catherine and I think the birthing of collaboration comes with you being healed. I mean, we're talking, you got to be healed for business.
Yes.
To be honest, because we're talking about collaboration is happening through trust. And in order for you to trust, sometimes you had a bad relationship in a partnership, right? Just as you're dating someone, right? And that didn't go well. And so you are very timid in not going forward with another person or trusting another CEO with your vision or connecting it to your vision. And I think the revelation for me and Catherine was that we both were doing the same, similar thing in business. We have over 20 years of experience in business doing our own thing, and realized that we had a revelation to rev up. The word rev up means to speed up. And so sometimes we're not moving faster, because there's a saying that say that it's about going together to get there faster. Sometimes we're not getting to places faster because we are literally running this race by ourselves. But if you're able to connect with someone, now you need to have brand alignment. You need to still have values that's connected, because all this is integrated. I'm not going to get with everyone because they don't necessarily have my values. And so
that's right.
to look at that, I have to be strategic in who I want to collaborate with. There's a difference between collaboration and partnership. There's two different things. And so partnership is a legal binding when it comes to business name. Collaboration is that, hey, we're working on a project, just like the same thing. And so coming into agreement, exactly knowing and identifying industry that you can connect to. So one of my role as a business coach / consultant is talk about business models. Or are you a B2B? Business to business? Are you a B2C? Are you business to consumers? Is your business operating? And so knowing exactly that my collaboration could be with another company, or it can be with a customer or a person. And so fine tuning exactly what does collaboration and partnership look like for your industry, and being able to dominate in that industry.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We
That's
certainly
good.
believe in collaborative wealth. And
Yes.
that's a missing key with business owners. We need a new mindset, Crystal, right?
Yeah.
Collaborative wealth. And we believe that's a whole nother industry that, we're even now working to tap into that. How can we build collaborative wealth? Because we're ready to run. We're ready to run.
That's it. Because there's so many opportunities. There's I mean, a good example that I give people all the time is, let's just talk about government contracting. And I said, there's really trillions in the government contracting space, whether you're talking about federal, state, county, local, but let's just stay at the federal level, where they have, there's a plan that they implemented a few years ago that they are, by 2025, 50% of all federal contracts are going to small businesses. Okay.
Wow.
Now, I have even heard at the state level, like leaders at the state level saying, we have contracts that we want to give to minorities and women. They're set aside for us, meaning they are looking for us. But guess what? They can't find us. So
Right.
that's
so true.
Or we're not partnering. So I said, okay, why not partner with someone else that you all can combine your capabilities and strengths and go after some of these contracts where they have bigger primes on them, but the dollars are there. They're set aside. What does that mean? They are reserved for you. All you have to do is go after it, right?
Yep.
And so knowing that if you have that collaborative mindset, that you are going to be working with people, you're going to get a lot further, and you're going to get there a lot quicker, because we really haven't had that mindset of working together I mean, I've been teaching this for the last 10 years, and people are just now starting to get on board. It's just like you all said that you all saw you all had strengths, and that you all could come together and it could be bigger and better and more impactful. And those are some of the things. I have peers that have done the same. I know some of my peers, one was a photographer, and one she was a marketer. They came together. Both of them left their businesses. They both had solo businesses that were doing great, but they say, hey, you know what, we're doing great, but we know we could do better. And they were friends. They said and they came in partnership, in agreement together, and started another company focused on marketing. So they market, I think, in the nonprofit space and government work and those types of things here in Cuyahoga County. So there are definitely benefits to it, because I was going to say, what are some of the benefits and some of the challenges? One thing I would say is that they mentioned is vetting out. So yes, you're collaborating, but you do want to make sure you vet people, make sure they're properly aligned, make sure you're using agreements. I know a challenge for me over the years, I've had some amazing collaborations and partnerships, and I had some that did not go so well. But I never let that hinder me from pursuing additional collaborations and partnerships. But one thing is that there were not clear definitions of roles and responsibilities. You have to make sure that you clearly define what your role is going to be. What are you going to be responsible for? So you are not duplicating efforts, or there's confusion. One person is doing this, now you're doing the same thing, and something else is not covered, right? Or how are people going to be compensated in the partnership? What is the split going to look like, right?
That's right.
And then making sure that that you have operational procedures. So you have a scope of work that's clearly defined, and you have an agreement in writing. So if there's people that you want to partner with and they don't want to sign an agreement, then that is not the person that you want to be partnering with, because I know what it is. If it's family, if it's friends, people have the tendency to change. Okay. So, or have a lapse in memory about what was agreed to. So you need to make sure that if you are getting in partner with someone, that you document it. That protects you and everyone else that is part of that partnership. So you want to act wisely and have a plan and be strategic in your collaborations and partnerships. So that's what I will offer. Any other successes or challenges you want?
I will, if you don't mind, I will piggyback on what you said about the contracts, because I think for most people right now, that's innovative for them. And that kind of goes along the lines, because I think so many people are starting businesses, they're not looking at the legal aspect. Please, you all have contracts with clients. Have contracts. It is so important to have contracts, because until I shifted my business into doing contracts years ago, because I started off like most people with no contracts, it may seem innovative, but that's the innovation you need. You need to get your back office together. Have those contracts, because like Shante said, even in your client situations, even in that, you will make sure that everybody know what they're supposed to do. Even if your clients are a part of the projects, make sure they know what to do, and then they know what you're doing. Everybody's in agreement. We signed this document, so everybody know what everybody's supposed to do. Even with your clients, please have your contracts in place. If that's innovation for you, I know we're not talking about that, I suggest doing it, because it will save you so much time and money, and it will weave out all the scallywags. I hate to use that word, but that's what I'm going to use. But it will weave them out, and it will only bring people that are serious, because if a client or a potential partner, even with collaborations, you might need contracts. If they don't want to sign those contracts, that's not the people. That's not your people.
Absolutely. Okay, we could talk about this forever, but we have other innovative topics to talk about. So let's talk about how to embrace technology. So we know that technology is rapidly reshaping the way we do business. So let's talk about, how have you leveraged technology to streamline operations or enhance the customer experience or drive growth in your particular businesses?
Who has to go first? Everybody,
I can go.
Go, Catherine. You raise your hand.
Oh no, Cassandra, because I know I've been
Cassandra.
Okay. Wow. I think back. I've been in business 6 years now. So 6 years ago to where I am today, tech has definitely played a major role in my business to where literally when a potential client comes, they're learning about services, products. When they book a consultation, from there, they're able to pay it. They don't have to go jump all around. It is a seamless process. And Crystal mentioned having that back office, because I remember when I first started, I'm just being honest, I didn't have a back office. I didn't have the CRM and none of that. But now it just flows, whether it's an individual client, whether like right now, I finished a partnership. I can say this. I just finished a partnership with Anthrodesk. And so in that influencer campaign, having the communication to where, okay, this is what you want me to do. This is what I'm doing, all of that. Just having that CRM, making sure that any payments, all of that is done all in the same space, definitely makes it easier for you as a CEO, and then for your client, whether it's an individual client or a corporate client. But that's been a game changer for me in my business.
Yeah, we use that too. That's important. I know when I first early on, I was using Google Docs. I still do, but one of the Google Forms. Google Forms. I love Google.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I use Google. All this. I was using Google Forms. I still do. However, Google Forms still does not allow you to accept payments. So when I was trying to accept payments, what would happen is they would have to fill out the form first. Then I would have to redirect them somewhere else to make the payment. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that when they hit submit that I have their payment. Okay. And so then what I did was I switched to other tools when it's a situation where we're scheduling appointment or there's some registration that requires payment. Now I'm using a few different tools that I'll recommend here. There's many of them, but one of them is Job Forms. Like I love Job Forms. Like even under the free version, there was another popular form, but it had limited features, like under the free, limited features period, but under the free it didn't have a lot of features. But Job Forms, even under the free version, I could pay. Acuity scheduling, seamless. And people talk about that with our shows. So like I have a talk show and I book guests. And so I need a streamlined process so that when they register, it goes to they register or sign up or book the spot, and they select on the calendar, then it goes to my calendar. Everything is automatically set up. So 80% of the work is done.
Yes.
With technology, 80% of the work is done through technology. So these are some really good tools. And I know I actually put out a post the other day about the fact that, I request like caterers and things like that a lot of times, like food providers. And I noticed, like, especially on Instagram, I will go, somebody will say, they're on Instagram, go check out their Instagram, and there's no booking link. There's nothing for you to order. Then they'll just say, go to my page or go to the post. There's nothing on the post but a picture. So it's like they have you bouncing around trying to figure out how to buy from them. Make it easy for people to buy, and it doesn't cost you a lot. A Google form is a simple tool that's free. Just
yes, it is.
People, there's 5 food options, or maybe you have a clothes. Maybe you have 5 options. Put it in a form. Send them the link to select what they want, and then go there. So there are free, easy to use, user-friendly, I would say, tools that you can use out here to really help your business, because people don't understand that when you make it difficult for people to buy from you, then you're losing customers. And you're not only losing that one customer, like I'm not just one customer. I come with a lot of referrals.
Right.
Think about all of the business you're losing if your technology is not where it needs to be to support your business model and to support your customers in purchasing from you. So that's important.
Go ahead.
So I love this because in our brandology training that we're going to talk about, hopefully we get to talk about it. One of my time that I spend a lot is customer journey. Everything we're talking about is customer journey.
Yes.
You have to think about your customer buying power. And so with that, connecting those different streamlines and connecting with those is so important. Knowing the free tools and know sometimes that you got to invest.
You got to invest.
That's right.
When we started, Catherine, we went straight to Dubsado.
Oh yeah,
wow.
We only had one client, so I mean, I know you're trying to get brand new, I know you're trying to come up and everything, but you got to have wisdom before you start going into certain buying out and the money, and especially when you're a startup and you're trying, so finding the free tools like Shante said, like the Google form, knowing how to integrate it, and Linktree. Linktree is a game changer. LinkedIn, if you don't have an official website, we can try to see, but there comes a time that you got to invest so that you can have brand consistency and having an excellence about your business. As what Shante was saying, like if you got a product, I don't need to go to YouTube to find you when you're here on IG, like to buy a product. And so immediately that client is going to check out and they're going to someone else that got the right systems. Right. So I wanted to kind of touch base on that a little bit. Know your customer journey.
I think it's really important because what I like about Linktree is that, we're in the era of QR codes. You can have a QR code for everything. And after a while, they can get lost in translation, or you can forget what link you attach to, because a lot of them look the same, and it's just like, I don't know what I made this code for. So that's why I like Linktree, because you can have that one constant QR code that never has to change, and you just switch out your links, because we know our businesses are always changing. You may get but if you have that Linktree, you can just switch out those links, and then you know that QR code is constant. Another thing we like to use is Square and Calendly, because you can set up some automation. And we know for our consultations, you can book a consultation with us online. So as soon as you pay that Square up, there's an automation, a trigger to connect you to our Calendly, so that you can go ahead and book your date. So, there's so many tools out there, like y'all were saying, and especially taking advantage of those automations. You might have to do a little bit more digging to see where you need to insert those proper links and test the links, business people.
Yes.
Thank you.
And just throw it out there. And then again, people are looking for you. They're frustrated. And guess what? They're going on to the next. Because if you think you're great at what you do, there's 15 other people that's on the sidelines doing the same thing. Okay?
They are waiting, honey, waiting for your mess up.
They are. People have a short attention span. I mean, I have a good attention span, but I'm very busy. I'm about my business, and when I'm an excellent consumer. I buy from a lot of entrepreneurs and small businesses. I expect you to have it together. And I don't want to, like, if I'm going to your Facebook page and you have your business page link and there's nothing there, or there's nothing there on your page to tell me what you do in your business, then I'm moving on to the next person. And you make a great point about the QR codes. QR codes is innovation. That is the latest technology. So I inform my team that for our graphics, our graphics should always include a QR code. Now, what I do is I have it in Canva. So to help keep track of it, you can create a Canva file for your QR codes. And as you create the QR codes, you can name them. The Linktree we have, especially for social media like Instagram, where links are not clickable in your post. So you can't, if you send someone to the link in the post, they can't click on it. So what we do is we tell people to click on the link, go to the link in bio. So you have to know what platforms you're on to know what to use, so that people, again, can engage with you and take action on what you want them to take action on. So understand you need to learn the different platforms. And I'll just say this based on what you said, because I did a post about this a few weeks ago about these links. If a website, no matter what the link is, technology is great, but it can break down too. And you have to
Yes, it
constantly
can.
be either you or someone on your team be monitoring all your sites and links to make sure that they're still working. Because I found that people, first of all, there's still too many businesses that don't have websites. Okay. But the ones
Right.
that do, I went to go to the website and they didn't pay the bill. And so it says it just goes to the host. There's no website. So you're sending people there and you don't even know. Or I'm going to your Instagram and it's set to private. So I can't even access it because it's set to private. And many people don't even know because they're not double checking. You get one of your peers to just double check and say, hey, can you check my link out? Go to my Instagram. Are you able to see it? My information there. A lady missed out on business from me because I said, your profile is private. And she had no clue that it was private. So she sent everybody to Instagram and no one publicly is able to see her except for her select followers because it's private. So this is innovation. These are real things that you need. Technology is changing every day. And so we have to be able to keep up and adapt and adjust to the changing technology that is before us.
And be willing to invest. I know it may seem scary, especially if you're a small business owner. I know for me last year, I invested in having a contractor that's all she does is tech within my business. If you're not willing to invest in your business, why would you expect anyone to invest in your business? You know, sometimes we want free everything, and sometimes, you know, you might get by with maybe a free Google form or something like that. But if you're willing to major invest in your business, I promise you're gonna get a ROI.
Yeah, you shouldn't just want to get by.
No.
You're in business to make an impact and to build wealth. You cannot do that if you are unwilling to invest in yourself. Yeah, I started all my businesses for free, but as I grew, I started with no money. Let's just say that.
Right.
Or with $20. You can do that in certain industries. But believe me, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years growing my business, investing in staff, in tools, in technology, whatever it takes that is going to help me. In ads, I do very little ads. So I spend very little money on any ads because we've done a lot organically, and I highly recommend that. But know that you're going to have to invest in yourself to be able to grow your business. It's just a requirement.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Crystal, you're on mute.
See, that's what happens when my hands move too much. I'm sorry. Yeah, but you know, you have to weigh the options, or you know, those that are listening to weigh the options. If you want to do free, just think of this, that it's going to take more work. Like, because you have to connect this thing to this thing, you have to use Zapier for this and connect and make sure the zaps don't break down, and then you're over here and you're over there and everybody's going everywhere. Or you could, like everybody's saying, invest. If you invest, everything is on one platform. Your onboarding is easy: proposal, contract, invoice, and welcome to the project. Or it's very smooth. So if you're the type of busy bee and you want to do all that work, then it's going to take away from your creative genius why you started the business. So, but if you want to scale up and you want to be a profitable business for the long haul, that's why it's called an investment, because you're investing into the future of your company. So if you invest into the future of your company, it might seem, and I'm not saying, you know, break the bank in the beginning, but with what you can, there are tools out there and platforms out there where you can make your onboarding easier. You can make where your products go out seamlessly and they're getting that welcome email, or they're getting those email automations, which is so important. So just weigh the options. Free, a whole lot of work. Automation and onboarding, hardly no work. You set it up one time and it's done, and you just check it every now and again, make sure it's still working. So
One thing, let me piggyback on that as we close out this segment on technology. Is so as you're talking about investing, I think Cassandra mentioned it earlier. We have to get, again, this goes back to mindset, how you think. And so many people don't have any education around money, around finances. When you are investing, you're investing in something that is valuable, which is yourself and your business. And so when you invest your money, okay, you should be expecting a return on investment.
That's right.
Okay. And not think of it, oh, I have to spend this money. That costs too much, right? Or I can't do this. I don't have the money. It should be, okay, this is something I know that's going to take my business to the next level. What do I need to do to be able to afford this thing that I know that I need for my business? You should be solution oriented.
Yes.
When you
That's
think
right.
about investment and money, because everything you're doing and spending money on is to make your business better. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me get off of that. I want to mention really AI, because we had 2 SBA presentations this week on AI. So artificial intelligence, this is not new, but it's new for a lot of people. Okay. And there's new technology around AI that's just coming online. Okay. And so a lot of people haven't heard about it. Some people are nervous about it. But so I just wanted to talk really quickly about the use of AI. I know for us personally, we have been very successful in incorporating Chat GPT into our business model. It's been very helpful for me as far as it's a time saver. So I don't use and let it do all the work. Basically, I'm teaching it. It's amazing. I'm teaching it about me. You can teach it about you and your business. So it's learning you. So that when you are asking it to do things for you, it's already built up a whole knowledge database about you so that it can do what you need it to do. And then if you need to just tweak it, you tweak it, right? And you make sure you can teach it to speak in your voice. So like if you're a content creator, that's been hard to teach other people how to do content in our brand voice. But I can it to do it. It can learn how I speak, how I write, and how I do content. It has been amazing. So have any of you all used Chat GPT or any other AI tools?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm like, yeah.
This is the
And I was
this is the prompt queen right here.
Oh, are you? Are we gonna have to connect?
Yes, she's the prompt chat.
You're the prompt queen.
Listen, when it came out, I was like, oh Lord, my brain. It's gonna take my brain, because a lot of time it was a commercial I was watching, and it was like, there's people have pros and cons about AI, right?
Yeah.
But there is something in it that you can pull out of it as a CEO. Back again, Shante, and what you were saying about it save you time. Now you have to teach it on how to work it, because you don't want it to sound artificial. You want it to sound intelligent.
Right.
Yes. And you want it to sound like it has a heart, like it has emotion.
Yes.
You want it to have emotion. And so sometimes you got to take the word and tweak it. You got to paraphrase it. So I will, and because Catherine's background is communication, I'm like, I started up with ChatGPT because we are collaborating, we're working together, we're a team. I said, okay, put your heart on it. And so
I love it.
So so you gotta know how to work it and allow it to feel as if it's a language. And also there's so much things that you can pull on it, but it's designed as a personal assistant, is what you're saying. Is just creating a regimen with the conversation and your target audience. It can even help you build your customer experience, relations, and how some cues and some words are. You can tell ChatGPT that my customer is primary professional woman, which is one of my brand, and how should I be speaking to them? Because if I speak to everyone, I target no one. And so knowing your target with ChatGPT will fine tune, or it can outline things. outlining things, workshops, outlining
Yes.
things, but still have your touch on it, because you don't want to teach from ChatGPT,
Right.
because you won't be able to build all these things up and your brand with it. You can, but you don't want to get lost in the sauce. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love what she. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, me.
Go.
Which one? Go ahead, Cassandra.
Okay.
You know, for all business owners, I believe we're speakers. And so Chat GPT, even when you're sending out proposals for a podcast appearance, time saver. I speak on, you put your topics in, there's no reason why you should not be getting booked for at least 2-3 times a month.
Yes.
On someone's podcast. Visibility helps with your SEO for your website. I hope you got a website.
Yeah.
It's a time saver.
It is. And I think, and I'll just say this last thing and then I'll hand it over. Latoya, you spoke on something that I think the outline, another thing that a lot of people don't, or business owners don't use it for, you can use it for your research. You can ask, what is, and put in your target audience, what are they Googling? What are they looking for? It does way more than just give you content. It actually helps you with the research so that you have more clarity about who your audience is, what they're doing, what they're looking for, so you can streamline and strategically build your offer, build your content, and build and be able to know your audience better. Because you know, Chat GPT, that's pulling from the internet. I mean, that's pulling from the World Wide Web, you know, so it's going to know more than you can ever sit and learn and read and study and send out questionnaires and all that. So use it for research, even if you don't feel comfortable. Some people are really good copywriters, Catherine, what I hear. But some people are really good copywriters and they don't really want that AI aspect into their copy, but use it for research. And then you take what you learn and then let it build out the rest of the things that you need to do.
I know I have a friend of mine that is a copyright expert. Like, she has a top-notch copywriting agency, and she is an AI expert. She just did she just spoke at a conference recently on AI. So there's a way that you can use it, because she was educating a lot of people, because I think copywriters were feeling like, oh, AI is here and that's going to take our jobs away. Like, people are not going to use us. And it's like, AI can never take a place of a human and what you can do, her gifting. So don't sell yourself short on it, whether no matter what technology comes out, you use it. You can use any technology. So what is she doing? She's teaching AI. So that's another thing when you come to innovation, is learning new skill sets that is going to help you make money, because this is still new for a lot of people, not just people. Companies and organizations will hire you and pay you big money. I'm going back to contracts, right? When we're talking about innovation and getting the bigger money. So you're talking about leading a workshop and getting 5 figures, 6 figures, when you may be struggling to get one client, and you work for the government or get a corporate contract to teach their employees how to leverage AI, or their managers and leaders how to leverage AI to manage their teams better. I mean, the opportunity.
We're gonna talk to you, Shante. We're gonna be talking
to exactly. And include me on the conversation too. I want to be there. Okay.
Definitely. There's room for everybody to be able to benefit. Yes, from technology. Okay, let's talk about this. I think, Catherine, this is you all's wheelhouse. I know this is definitely my wheelhouse. So let's talk about adapting to market trends. So the business landscape is constantly evolving, as we know, driven by shifting consumer behaviors, economic trends, global events. How do we stay informed about market trends, and how do you adapt your business strategy accordingly?
Wow, that's a powerful question. I think, of course, a lot of times as small businesses, we consider ourselves small fishes in a big sea, or small fish in a big sea. I think it's always important to look at, I'm using the word competition, but look at companies that are comparable to what you do and what you offer. And that will kind of help you gauge about where you are and who you're reaching. So I would say that's a great place. Good old YouTube, good old Google. But you need to make sure that you kind of staying abreast about companies or even local businesses and having conversation. To those who are open and just saying, hey, what are you doing? What are you? So I think it's keeping that openness and also keeping your eyes open to other companies who are in a similar industry as you, and look at what their trends. Look at their social media. Look at how they're making their investments. You can figure out, for the most part, a lot of tools that they're using if you kind of just dig a little more, like on their website. So I would say start there.
Yeah, and I also will say, Catherine and I really have a brand before market approach. A lot of people go straight to marketing. That is the first thing. First, they got the business name. Next thing they do is a flyer, and that's not enough. And so without the foundation, it's just like building a house. You're not going to start with the roof.
Right.
No.
So it's going to crumble. Hello, lights.
Yes.
So it's going to crumble. And so we want to talk about the foundation. What is your infrastructure? So that you can have a better way of really soaring in industry, because you're not the only one in a specific industry. However, there's something about you in it, because a lot of people say the industry is overpopulated, but you're not in it. So how is it overpopulated? And so sometimes we become resistant because we don't know all the marketing trend. Back to just talking about doing our research, knowing those things. So all the foundation of, back to innovation. Innovation is education. And so in order for us to have that, we got to be educated about what we're about to do. Researching, back with Catherine, you put a great point. It's not competitors anymore. You got to be able to compare and contrast and looking at the trend and movement in industry and being visible. Back to Shante, what you was talking about, being visible. We're hidden. You cannot be hidden with a brand. Like, where are you going? Nobody's gonna find you underneath a rock. Like, so we gotta be some kind of way on different platforms. We gotta be social media. We gotta do it, being events, showing up in rooms. And some of us have insecurities about public speaking. So you need to hire a coach, because you got to get yourself ready. Because before there was Branding Live Consulting, we were doing and developing and becoming woman and becoming confident in it, so that we can go into rooms and being able to do it. And you don't have to be the person who's the brightest person in the room. However, you need to be visible. And so, and visibility, I often say that visibility is not vanity. Sometimes people mix that up and saying, man, you vain because you always, because I've been called to mainstream the media. And so when you know your calling, and when you know that entrepreneurship is a calling, you got to change your mindset. You got to change your money. You got to change your movements. And so with those things, it's just really understanding that you are confident enough to break through markets and industries, so that you can set the tone for the next generation.
That's good. Let me give an example real quick, just of myself. Like when I left corporate America, I think it was about 6 months break from corporate America to when I started my business. And I really wasn't connecting with people. I was on social media. I was only on here to, like, I think I got on Facebook to find people from childhood that I hadn't seen in many years. And then it went to just monitoring like my nieces and nephews, what they were doing. And then I got tired of that. So I was about to exit. Like, I really don't like social media, because there's good and bad to social media. So you have to know how to leverage it, and then how to not let the negativity of it overwhelm you or change you, right? But when I first I was about to leave. I was about to just exit from like Facebook. Then I started my business. So I knew enough to know that was 10 years ago, going on 11 years. I knew enough then to know I'm starting a business. I'm an entrepreneur. I got to be on social media. Like, and my friend said that, like, oh my goodness, you're about to leave social media, and now look at you. Like, and being consistent, understanding social media, I don't think people understand. We have access to powerful platforms for free. not only for free, but
FRE.
these free platforms are
Yes.
paying us big money to create content.
Yes.
I need
Oh my
people
gosh.
to get this, and people still struggle
Yes.
because of fear. I don't want to, I don't talk. I'm shy. I'm social anxiety. All of these things.
Mhm.
Are you going to let your fear drive you, or are you going to let your dream drive you? Right?
Come on.
And your why. You have to have a strong enough why to say, look, this is what I want, or else you're not really an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are risk takers. They're the biggest risk takers.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We're
Oh,
the
yes.
biggest risk takers. We're the ones that look like fools.
Yeah.
But we're
Yes.
the ones that's doing the biggest things and making the biggest impact and making the most money. This is innovation, and the internet is still fairly new. But you're talking about multi-billion-dollar platforms that say, hey, we support small businesses, and look, we're going to give you access to our free platform, and we're going to create partnership programs, and we're going to let you monetize where you can make money by creating your own original content. Then why are we not creating content
Doing it.
Wow.
Right.
consistently?
Yeah.
You can pick the platform.
Mm.
Pick the platform, master one.
That's right.
I can understand it can be
Wow.
overwhelming. You don't have to be all over the place. Where are your people at? Find your people and do you. There's people creating all kind of content. I don't care what type of content you have. There's an audience for it. So just know every single one of you all have an audience that is waiting for you to show up the way you need to on social media. Now, with that, we have a speaker. She already spoke earlier in the week. I highly recommend you go check her out. Her name is Ebony Robertson. And she talked about leveraging live stream to scale your business. Excellent. Because I've been saying this for the longest time. We need to leverage video. And I cannot tell you, when we talk about innovation, I can't tell you how many people forfeited grant money during COVID. Over the 4 years, wouldn't apply for a grant that they clearly qualified for because they were afraid to get on video and talk for 30 seconds.
Ooh,
So you
true.
let your fear keep you from 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million, and still today. So you can start practicing. You can start with, what is it that you know? What is it can you speak about? It doesn't matter who it is, who it's in front of. If nobody paid you, you can talk about it all day long. You don't have to start with something you're uncomfortable with or something you don't know. There's something you know.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something you know you're an expert at, something in your journey, something you went through, something your family went through, something, your skill set you have, something you know and you have in your wheelhouse that you can get on video right now and talk about it. And if you want to start recorded video, start with recorded video. Use the tool we're using. This is StreamYard. People always ask me, what do you use to live stream and then across multiple platforms and all this? This is called StreamYard. Okay. But you can use your phone. Just pick Tabitha Brown. Follow Tabitha Brown. If you don't know her, I don't know where you've been, under a rock somewhere, but Google her. She got her big break in her car as an Uber driver with her cell phone. And she thought it was silly. The Lord told her to turn on her cell phone. She was an actress trying to be an actress in Hollywood. That's what she was doing. He told her, turn on your cell phone. Wow. She didn't know what she was doing. She had just become a vegan for health reasons. She went to Whole Foods, got a sandwich, one of their new sandwiches, loved it, and started talking about it online. Wow. And that went viral. Her life has not been the same since. From one video talking about a sandwich. So content matters. That when you talk about innovation, that's where we are right now. That's where we are. And we're not going backwards. We're only going forwards. Leverage the social media platforms and getting on video, because the platforms love video. They push out your video before they push out anything else. So
That's
audience
right.
you don't even have. So I have 20, let's say Facebook, I have 24,000 followers. They're not just pushing it out to them. They say, "Ooh, you doing a video? You have valuable content. We're going to put it in front of other people. And we're going to recommend your page to other people. So we're going to advertise for you, what? For free."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
So true.
Social media wants to keep us online. So I remember
Yes.
when I first got, I saw something opportunity, just a simple little thing, and I remember seeing they were looking for creators, and I fill it out and I put my PayPal card on it. And one day I was just doing it something, and I had $100 from Facebook. I said, if I really get serious,
If you really get serious.
this
Yeah.
I could turn into 100K. Like, you know, so I'm just saying, I'm like, and I wasn't even I was just being consistent, and I knew I
Mhm.
have it. But for me was the time, and just because I am an entrepreneur, but I still work a 9 to 5, you know. And so
Mhm.
with that, just to say that a lot of time you are seeing a lot of people saying that you're making money. You do make money. A lot of people don't know how you're making money. The content
Yeah.
creation is it can generate wealth for you. Many people, this is what they do for a living. Like they did
Yeah.
a study, and millennial. I work with Gen Z during the day because I work at a high school, and so a lot of them they're social savvy. But they did a stats, and I forgot what exactly it was, and they were asking them literally what is it that they want to become. These younger generation is saying that they want to become content creators. So
Content creators,
yes, that lets me know that what does the future of business look like? Content creation.
content creation.
Yeah.
We're
So
all content creators. We're
we're
all.
content
Yeah.
creators. So find your niche to find your reach. And so if we can
Oh,
find
that's good.
That's good.
then we can reach the particular person with our content. But every time we put our content, it needs to be connected to the people that we're looking for.
Yes.
And also, I was hearing about showing up as your authentic self because there's a lot of time we have the filter life, but sometimes you can show up without no makeup. You know, you can
That's
show up in
right.
certain ways so that they can know that you are also real and authentic. And so, with
That's
those
right.
things, it's not having a fabricated life, but also have a life where that they know that your compassion or different ways that you can show
Mhm.
tones. Catherine loved to talk about brand tone and visibility, and what you put out there really matters. But what I would say, I'm a witness to, and then after I see them like put it based on the algorithm. You know, I saw like $20 or whatever, so they kind of telling me, look, let's get back out there. So I will say that many people have more that they have earned with Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, but it's actually real. And so, but you
Yeah.
got to be consistent at it.
You got to be consistent. That's when
You
I
have
started
to.
making money. Is when I said I was not consistent on YouTube. I said I was going to get consistent. Did it right
Mhm.
before COVID hit, and I was there. So I had my platform. I leveraged my platform, and I was educating people on
You
how
sure
to
were.
survive COVID, all the different programs that they could take advantage
Wow.
of. And
You
my
sure did.
blew up, and I was making, I think, at my highest, a little bit over $10,000 a month. That's just
Wow.
with ads, because they were running
Man.
ads, because I qualified as a partner. Right, that's what
Yep.
happens when you show consistency, and people were drawn to me because, first of all, they didn't see another Black woman on here sharing information, because there it in our community
Mhm.
appears that people are often gatekeepers of information, and they're
Mhm.
not willing to
Yes.
share
Mhm.
that help them be successful, that they hoard that information. So to see
Mhm.
a woman successful on here that's doing all this and willing to educate them for free, I mean,
That's
and then
right.
they were getting results. That helped me to be able to grow. Like, I was shocked that happened. But it's when I made every time I made a decision that I'm going to commit and to whatever that thing is, it just started working out. Even when I said I was going to start speaking, I was going to open up to connecting with people. Everything just started conspiring around whatever it is that I said I wanted to do, and doors were just opening left and right.
Yep.
So the opportunities are here. The opportunities for you and your small business are here. Now, Crystal, did you want to say something?
Okay.
I was just gonna say. Look, I was gonna say something else, but since you said what you just said, I'm gonna say you have to remember your gifts make room for you.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're not using your gifts, and if you're not out there, then your gifts can't. I mean, nothing can happen. Nothing
That's
happens.
it.
So you have to use your gift, whatever that is. Your gift is not insignificant. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop
Yes.
looking at they do the same thing I do and they have a bigger
Yes.
platform, but they didn't start there. Don't compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. You can't.
Yes.
A friend of mine gave me that. But then also think about this too. This is where innovation is going as far as YouTube. This is where Shante started, and I mean it blew up for her. I watched her during that time when she's talking about that. I was watching, okay,
Me
enlightening.
too.
Me
Me
too.
too.
Okay,
I was like, okay, Shante
Yeah.
on today. I
Me
was checking your videos. I'm like, look, this I
yes,
took out for this grant. And that's how I got that $10,000 grant during the pandemic, Shante, because I was watching
me
you.
Yes.
Oh
And
wow.
I promise you. And I was telling my friend, I said, this lady right here, we need to start.
She talk about you all the time.
I promise you.
To the point I had to start checking you out. I said, if you
Oh,
say something, one more time.
yes,
That's
yes.
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
I was
Thank you.
there.
We appreciate
Yeah, the
it.
way technology is going.
Yes.
For those of you scared of video, the way technology is
Yeah.
going, YouTube is honoring more shorts now.
Mm-hmm.
They like people that do
Wow.
long form
That is
content,
true.
but shorts. So if
Yeah.
you're scared of the
Let me start.
camera, do something for 60
30
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
30 seconds. You don't even have to do something that's 28 minutes, an hour, or if you're not there yet where you maybe are not having guests on your whatever you're doing on YouTube. But think about YouTube and Pinterest, those are the most watched and used
That,
things, and those are search engines, not social media. So
Yes.
then
yeah.
you're gonna have more expanded reach. But get out there, show people who you are, show people what you have to offer, but you have to do it.
You
Yeah.
have to do
And
it.
Cassandra said it earlier too about podcast. Honestly, that's something most recently
That
I'm
too.
going to start next. That's my next venture.
Do it.
Is
I just
looking
started mine. Do it, Cassandra.
about podcast. Yeah, like looking into starting a podcast, but also
Yep.
how can I become podcast on other a guest on
Absolutely.
You
other
can.
platforms.
Absolutely.
Yes. So
You
we
can start
need to get-
here. I'll bring you on mine.
and mine too. I mean, so and I was just on Cassandra. Cassandra just interviewed me on LinkedIn. So,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
Cassandra said, we need to be thinking about getting on someone's platform. Why not? You know how we leverage other people's money?
Mhm.
Leverage other people's money. You need to leverage other people's platforms.
Platform.
That's good.
And a lot of people
Yes.
are not.
That's
A lot
Yes.
of other people are
I
not
love
doing
that.
it. Why
It
not
is.
get on somebody else's platform that shares your same audience, right? And at least get on someone's platform twice. If you're just starting, do one. But I think a 3 a month would be, or maybe 3 a quarter, depending on how busy you are. But
Yeah.
that's how you get visible. That's how you become a thought leader. That's how you become
Mhm.
recognized as an expert by doing these things. Then next thing you know, people are reaching out to you for articles, and people are reaching out to you for partnerships. Like they've been doing it for a long time, but I just got another person. They saw me on YouTube, or they may see me on a podcast, on my show or someone else's show, and they're like, "We want to work with you." That's how I get most of my partnerships, the ones that are
Yes.
lucrative, by being online myself, my authentic self. And this is for the ladies. Stop thinking you have to look perfect. Men don't do that. Yes, you want to
Exactly.
yes, you want to look nice, but you don't have to go get a whole new wardrobe, get a whole new hair. I don't do any of those things, and they love it. You don't have to do all this super editing and be technically savvy. All you really need is a cell phone and good lighting.
That's
Have
right.
something to talk about that is of value. That's it. And show up consistently. I showed up when I had 0 views. I showed up when
Me
I had
too.
40 views. I don't care what your audience is. Don't despise small beginnings, and don't despise the people that are supporting you and say, "Oh, I only
Absolutely.
have 10 people that like this." Well, those 10 people have value. That 10 people, those 10 people can turn to 100. That 100 can turn to 1,000. That 1,000 can turn to 10,000. That's what happened to me. I love the people that was following me from the beginning just as much as I love the people when I was getting 10,000 views. So
Yep.
honor and respect the people that support you. Show up for them, because they need you. They need what you have to say. They need what you have to offer them. So
Yes.
that's what I would say, is to show up, show up, show up. So before we close out, I know we gone a little bit over. Like there's so many things we could talk
Yes.
about. I think we gave
Yes.
a lot of gems here today on a lot of different topics related to being innovative in business. And what I would say about innovation is that you have to be willing to get outside your comfort zone. I think one of our speakers said, force yourself to do something bold and different.
Yes.
Bold and different. We cannot stay in our comfort zones.
Yeah, that's true.
What you need, what your success, that thing is on the other side of your comfort. So
Yeah.
force yourself out of that comfort zone. Any last words that any of you all want to offer, or any tips related to innovation in any capacity before we close out?
I would say just hit. Oh, you go.
No.
You go, Latoya.
Good. So what I would say is that Catherine and I have been in this space to create community. So innovation is community.
It's community.
The reason why you don't have the fuel is because you lack community. And sometimes we get a high steam, and then when business start trickling, we start getting low. And before you know it, you're 3 years in and quitting your business. So there's such a high percentage of people who start business and quit in less than a year. It's ridiculous. So find a space in your city and find community and connection, so that you can also fuel yourself, or find, she-balls talk and different things and the podcasts that we got going on.
Yes.
And connect yourself, because you need a circle of influencers that's going to be able to propel you to the next level. And so that's the mindset that we have to be in, is as entrepreneur, is find your community.
Yeah.
I love that. Excellent. Crystal?
Oh, I would say definitely change your mindset to think about what you anticipate. You have to have a confident expectation of good. Don't buy into the fear of failure and what can fail, what cannot go, what won't go right. You have to think about the good things that are going to come out of it. And even more importantly, you have to shift your mindset to think about what God gave you. He didn't give it for you, he gave it for them. So when you don't show up, they will never get what they need. They will never get it. So I say shift your mindset about that and just show up.
Yeah.
That's so good. I would say really, really know what you're offering. Really understand who you are and what you're offering. Because oftentimes we step into rooms and we're afraid because we aren't able to fully articulate who we are and what we do. And so what happened is you meet someone for the first time and they ask you that question. Well, tell me about you. Tell me what you do. And then you're rambling on 15, 20 minutes and you lost them. You lost them because you're not engaging, right? It's one-sided. You're not asking them about who they are and what they're doing. And so you have to be able to articulate in a short period of time. I have something called the I statement. You should be, sometimes you don't have 60 seconds. They call it about the elevator pitch or the elevator. You may not have 60 seconds. You might have 20 seconds. So what are you going to say if you meet someone? How are you going to articulate who you are in 20 seconds? And so you need to write that I statement, 2 to 3 sentences. Hi, my name is Catherine Clark. I'm the co-founder of Branding Lab Consulting, and I specialize in brand and brand voice and brand messaging. Like, you just got to be able to jump to it, because some people they're on to the next.
They are
good.
Just to piggyback on what Catherine said, it's really, really important to be uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. As you move, whether it's in innovation, in tech, I can tell you right now, today, next week, I start a program with NASDAQ. Am I excited? Yes. Am I nervous? Of course. It's NASDAQ. But be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's going to help you as you're involved in innovation, in tech. The changes that's happened post-COVID, guess what? This is our normal. The world is not going back. You're either going with progress or you'll fade.
Right. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's so good.
Move with progress. That's the thing that we wanted to do, is to continue to progress forward. Because
Yeah.
we
Mhm.
want to see all of our businesses be successful, not
Yeah.
just make it to year 2, make it to year 5 and year 10 and year 15 and
Yes.
20 and 30, and be able to leave a legacy for our families. That's really it. That's a thing. And it
That's
takes
right.
work, and it takes us showing up. Even when,
Mm.
we don't feel like showing up, even when we're lack
Mhm.
motivation, you have to be disciplined, and you
Yeah.
have to motivate yourself to do this thing day in and day out. And I would say define your why, okay? Because
Yeah.
if you're going to be
Yes.
innovative in this thing, if you're going to be if you're going to endure for the long term, right? You're going to have to know your why. Why are you doing this? And
Yeah.
it can't be a superficial why. It has to be a
Uh-huh.
strong why of why you
Mhm.
are doing this thing. And it has to be tied with purpose. And
Yeah.
if it's tied to
Yes.
purpose and you don't have a doubt about your purpose and why you were called to do this thing, then that will help
Mm.
you overcome anything. You
Yeah.
won't quit. You won't give up. Yes, you will need to adapt and adjust, because since COVID, everybody has had to, it's just a new world, a new landscape of how you're doing business. So you have to understand that and be willing to adapt and adjust at any given moment in time. So that,
Yes.
expect something
Mm.
else like that to happen again, how are you going to handle it? Leverage the technology that's here. Leverage the people, the assets that you have around you, the
Right.
communities, like she said, the chambers of commerce, your women's
Yeah.
business center, your urban
Mhm.
leagues, your small business development center, your other business organizations in your area. If you don't have one, start one. Be it
Come on.
start
I
one.
love
If there's
that.
not one, start one. And if there's not one, and maybe you don't want to start one, online opens you up to an endless pool
Yeah.
of billions of people around the world. Yes, we are
That's right.
global. So you have to start thinking globally,
Global.
not locally, globally.
I love that.
Globally.
I
Yeah.
love
So
that.
don't
I
get
love
the
that.
word small business twisted. Your business is not small. That's just a
That's
category
correct.
to put us in. But
Yeah.
you
Yes.
can be as big as you want to. Your impact can be as big as you want to. And it's global. People around the world need what you have, and you can reach them in the online space. So I would
That's right.
encourage you all to continue to be creative, continue to be innovative, and ride the wave of progress, and
Yeah.
make your voices heard. We're in an election season. Things are changing. Know that you have power. Small
Yes.
businesses have power, right?
Yeah.
To change things. We have the power to change our communities that we live in. So
Mm.
recognize you have power, operate in that power. And I would encourage you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. So thank you so much for being with us during this week of celebration of small businesses. Anything that you miss, we want to pour into you. Go check out the other speakers and tune in tomorrow with Catherine and Latoya as they
Yeah.
close us out on
Yes.
Saturday. I'm looking forward to this. The Brand Lab.
Me too. Me
They
too.
know their stuff, and branding is important. We didn't talk so much about it, but they're going to do a deep dive in it and get you all the way right tomorrow. So tune in Saturday. Invite your friends. Just come on over. Join us on YouTube or
Yes.
Facebook. That's where it's all happening at. And we hope to see you then. Have an
Yeah.
amazing weekend. As always, continue to be the boss with amplified impact. Have a good evening.
All right.